Dow's up 14. It's 11:29, man. 11:29, Thursday, January 13th. Crazy week. Y'all know what it's been like. And you know what? Nothing's been able to really take the stock market down. Not even a insurgent on the Capitol. So, I mean, it's a little rocky, but wow. You know, it just kind of makes you see what's going possibly to happen in the future. So you got the S&P's up a little bit, 8, and the Nasdaq's hard, man. The Nasdaq's going hard. Look at the heat map, and all I see is FANG. FANG is what's rocking. A lot of things is not. Utilities a little worrisome. You know, this is that safe stuff. Utilities, real estate, but you got the technology. You know, Apple, Google, Amazon. Finally, I had made a trade on Amazon and called it in one of my previous videos. And Tesla. And I'm actually a little bit concerned about Tesla. You can see a lot of competitions coming out. Tesla is like not even, it's the talk, but you're starting to hear more of the Xpings and the Lees and the Neos and, you know, and the General Motors and the Ford. This is the year that they're going to have a lot of competition. And I don't know, man. I think Tesla, gosh, it's in a hot sector, man. But I actually think it could be the start of a short. You know, I actually think like the short of the year could be Tesla. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It's down. It's down. So we'll talk about it. Anyway, the financials, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, right? Some of them fintech. Look at that PayPal. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the stocks. Here's some of the stocks I want to talk about. I got Cashmatic in here. What's up? Mary. Hey, Mary. And Robert Britt. If I jack your name up, I'm sorry, because I can't really read my screen because I need glasses and whatnot. But it sounds like this is your first time, and I appreciate you being in here. Subscribe and get more this time. So here we go. Let's talk about some stocks. I want to talk about NVIDIA. You know, I put that, said, hey, man, NVIDIA and AMD is the hottest trade of the year. That's my guess. I like the way it's looking, but just a little weak. I know they bought that ARM Holdings a while ago, and ever since then, I think that was September 13th, somewhere around here. And ever since then, let me zoom in on that so you can see. Ever since then, it's just been kind of sideways, but along with a lot of the FANG, so I'm not necessarily that concerned. But if it don't go through, maybe I could be concerned because it's going to make them a powerhouse on the net ARM Holdings and NVIDIA. But I like it. I like it, and I'm just waiting for it to explode. I love this sideways actions going ahead. Look how we got the fast-moving average, the slow-moving average, and the stock price all together. That's a great buy if we believe the stock is going up, right? You don't see that. I'm looking at the weekly. You don't really see that here. And look, that was a great buy, right? So I'm into NVIDIA. I was kind of faked out a little bit. Faked out just a little bit on. I'm trying to go to let's go to the daily right here, right? It went up here. I thought it was going to close above the area and it sold off. So I was a little disappointed about that fake out. Fake out. Yeah. Anyway, but I still have hope in the stock. All right. I still have hope. Let's look at we're just going to go through no particular order here, but I got a list of stocks that I want to mention. All right. So no particular order. So I'm just going to go through them and whip through them. Let's talk about Gopro. And some of these stocks I talked about, I'm the only one talking about Gopro in the whole universe. And oh, it's up. Okay. It was down. All right. $9.05. Remember, I called it way down here. Could have made a lot of money. It's $9 and well, the high was 947. It's 905. Let's come to the weekly. You know, I like weeklies, and you can see what's happening. The breakout is just about to happen. Look at the monthly. You can even see more, and I'll zoom in. Here's what's going on, right? Just 3-4 months in a row, straight up. Look at the volume coming in, right? So you have to like the chances of it just breaking out and going higher. No one's talking about that. I like stocks like that. Gopro. I'm not into Gopro. I got out because there's better things. This is a good thing to trade, but some of these other stocks are kind of hot. You know, you gotta pick and choose, man. And I think I did the right thing. I missed some gains though, but I made a lot of gains. You gotta remember, I was in at 7. I was in there early, you know. So I made my gains, got out somewhere around 850, but I'm still keeping an eye on it to possibly get back. All right. So just wanted to show you that GoPro. All right, we're gonna pull up Peloton. Look at it, 165 up $10 today, $6.33. That's the monthly. Let's pull up the weekly. You know, I'm saying a $200. That's my pick. $200. Right? Look at the consolidation right there. That's the breakout. Up, visible flag. I got all these lines here. I'll clear it all out so you can see. Right? Here's your consolidation. Here is your flag post. And there's your flag, right? So let's draw, and there we go. Okay, so there's your bull flag. Generally, what happens there is once it does break out from here, you get the same distance on that pole. So it'll be something like this, right? And look, brings it up to $200. You got to like that. So I like Peloton, like the way it's trading. It's people still don't believe in it. I do. I've been believing in it ever since what, 90, you guys, right? Look at the run we had. So gosh, forgot what I was gonna say. I've been a believer. Anyway, the non-believers help the stock go up. So I like that. Let's look at how some of the FANG is acting. Same thing as NVIDIA. This is Amazon. Amazon's having a good day today. Finally, man, up 2%. Still sideways action. And the way it's been trading, I'm gonna come into the daily. Just because it's up $62 today, it could be down $62 tomorrow. It's just been give and take on Amazon. Still like it seems like it wants to drift lower. I'm not liking that. Not liking that at all, man. But I think it does break to the upside and hard. Whichever way it breaks, that's the way it's gonna go. That's the one thing to remember. That's the way it's gonna go. All right. So if it starts breaking down, it's gonna go down. And if it goes down, oh my gosh, 2100, right? Somewhere around there. But if it goes up, you know, it goes up, and I think it goes up as long as this run right here. Actually, this run. So this run was what is that? 2,000 points. You get another 2,000 points looking at Amazon 5,000. Yeah, so I'm liking that. Just waiting for it to get out of this area. And whichever way it goes, you can jump on a train and run it. Run it. Yeah, that's Amazon. You guys hear me all right? Hope you guys hear me good. Let me see something here. Give me a minute. Twitter feed. I'm gonna do a retweet of my own feed. And can't even find my feed. There we go. Man, my computer's acting up. There we go. Yeah, I see I'm on the Periscope. All right. Yeah, let's retweet that out, man. Retweet with a quote. Let me see. I'm gonna put in y'all can't see what I'm doing here. Why TSLA, then put in all right, let's get back to stocks. All right, so here we go. That's Amazon. Let's look at Facebook, man. Oh gosh, Facebook hit 250. Look at it. Let me clear all this out because there's only one thing that's important to look at. Look how it came right back in. A little worrisome. I think they think the government's going to break this thing up. You know, they kind of blaming the social media for what happened on Capitol. And they're just not getting a lot of love. But I think it bounces here. I don't know. I got one call on it. And I'm going to hold on to it until earnings and just see what happens. But I'm not liking the action in it. I got to admit it. I like the stock, but what the F is going on here? It's unbelievable. You said, okay, cool, man. Thanks. Appreciate coming back. Yeah, unbelievable. So look, we coming into support. It might go a little lower, but I think it bounces here. I think it holds that. There's a lot of support right there. So let's see what happens. But you can see how the other stocks I showed you, Nvidia and Amazon, and look how Facebook's kind of giving it up. So it's this week, man. This week. But I'm holding on to earnings, and I'll see what happens. See what happens. I want to talk about Netflix. Same here. But it's bouncing. Look at that weekly candle, right? So it did bounce off its support for the most part, a little higher, but it bounced off. Well, I can't draw the line there. So I'm hoping Facebook does something like that, something similar. But I like where that's going. I'm not really a fan of Netflix. Never really been. I don't really trade it, but for the most part, it's just chop. But yeah, it's going up, but sideways, just like all the FANG and all the big tech since July, midsummer. Just we need to see a break out, and I'm hoping this earnings season you can actually see the power of these stocks and then where it just goes higher. So that's what I'm hoping. If it doesn't happen, I don't know, man. I don't know. We have to look at them one by one. Apple's having a good day today. I've been trading some put spreads on Apple, right? And it's been working out. Not many. Should have been more aggressive on it, but for the most part, Apple's been going up. Even its sideways actions is drifting up. That's nice. That's unlike the other stocks, right? It's just drifting up. The other stocks' sideways action has been actually sideways to slightly lower. So I like Apple. I actually got to say I like Apple here. I think it's great once it breaks out, but I like it here now. I mean, but once it gets up here, it's going to be challenged. But I don't know. I think I like Apple. The whole world likes it. Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. Oh man, it's been a heartbreaker. See, sideways, no drift up, actually a drift down, right? Kind of drifting down, choppy since this one is one of the better things. I was going to say it's choppy since July, but no, just choppy. Hopefully it can come out of this range, so just keeping an eye on it. I like it a lot. I remember the last earnings, it was up like 150. Maybe you could do the same thing this time, right? So that's FANG. I think I talked about all the FANGs, right? Facebook, Apple, Netflix. Let's talk about Tesla. We have to throw Tesla into the FANG. And I told you how I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it goes sideways from here, which is a good thing. But I don't know. And I was saying Facebook 1,000. Tesla 1,000. You see, I got this area highlighted. But I'm just starting to look at all the competition coming in, and a lot of the hype seemed like it's wanting to go to the other stocks, and they kind of almost forgetting about Tesla. But we'll see what happens. It's a little too early to tell. Pull up the daily. It's as long as it goes sideways, be okay, and that's what it's been doing: up, sideways, up, right? If it can go sideways, and that's why I even got that channel drawn right here, this little gray channel, thinking it's going to be in there. And then we know what happens after it breaks out of the sideways action. It goes higher. So Tesla to the upside. Oh man. It's Tesla. Cross that off the list. Here's a stock. I just think I'm getting a delivery of something from Amazon. All right. Walmart. Y'all know I like Walmart. It was up nice yesterday. Look, it's giving it back. Walmart's talking about getting into the fintech, right? Hired Robinhood's company. Whatever the name of that company is, they want to start a little fintech company themselves. And this is what made me actually get excited about Walmart some months ago when they was trying to buy TikTok. I think Walmart's trying to get out of that, the Walmart that our moms know, pops know, and us Walmart as a kid, and start to become more tech, start to maybe think like Amazon. And I like it, right? So remember that trade I showed you about? What was the trade? Gosh, I can't. When I sold the put spread. Oh, Airbnb, right? I think you could do that here. I think you could just sell like the 150, 130 or something a year out from now, and I think you'll be okay. You probably can double your money on that trade because I think Walmart drifts higher. It's not one of them stocks that make you rich overnight like the Teslas and all that, but it's a stock that can make you decent money like a bond, but a good bond. A bond that's going to pay you 100%. As long as you believe that this thing is going to go higher. I mean, Walmart's actually thinking different. Finally thinking a little different, so I like Walmart. I like Walmart. I'm telling you, it's the perfect stock, even dollar cost averaging, or just it's not going straight up. It's just to make money. Sell puts against it long term. Y'all know I'm always into the leaps, and you seen what happened. We had that sell off the other day. This is why I'm into the leaps. I mean, when you're in the short term, it kills those calls, kills them. So just sell leaps, and you ain't got to worry about any short term market volatility. We'll call it that. All right. So there's Walmart. Here's a stock. Let's talk about SHAK. Stock is up 110.54. Oh my God. Oh, I left $500 on the table today. Oh man. All right. So I've been in the stock and I haven't been saying anything to the YouTube. So I'm sorry. I apologize. What's up, Sib? I cannot pronounce your name. I'm going to talk about NEO. Oh yeah, I should have brought it up. I'll talk about NEO in a minute. I got it on the list. And I'm in NEO. You say. So Shake Shack going stronger than NEO and all of them. One of them, it's up 34% in 8 days. By the way, I believe the stock goes a lot higher over time. They only got like 200 plus restaurants, man. Trust me, this is going to be, especially once COVID is over, one of them stocks like a Starbucks, right? One of them stocks that might even be, McDonald's been around. I don't want to say that, but it's going to be one of those stocks that, I'm going to say like a Starbucks. Yeah, I'll go with that. But look it up, 33% in 8 days. And how about this move? Up 20% gosh, is that in a day? Well, anyway, I sold the 105 call on this, meaning I'm willing to give up my 100 shares. I own 100 shares. I'm willing to give up my 100 shares. By the way, and I bought it at 80. Bought it way down here. See, and it was doing nothing. That's why I didn't say anything. I bought it down here, I was like, buy here in that area. And then it just started to rip. So I sold the 105 call. I mean, I'm going to give up my calls at 105. I'm going to give up my stock at 105. But look, it's trading at 110, almost 111 now. But I did it for $1.50, so I could really get out of 106.05. But if you see what I'm looking at, if you pull up the weekly, and look, it's like, here's the double top. It's not even trying to, there's no resistance. It's blew straight through. So hopefully it goes down tomorrow because I did it for tomorrow, just trying to make a quick $100. And oh man, look, I'm going to go to the 5. It just blew. There's no resistance. It's got to come in. So Shake Shack, let's pull up the monthly. I mean, the stock is just getting started. New highs, right? This is going to be on a new high list. It's going to open up a lot of people's eyes. You could get into this over time. You missed the run. Okay, the run we just showed is up 33% in 8 days, whatever. But it's still got a lot of running to do over time. So I like Shake Shack. I can't say you can get in now. It's got to pull. I say 105. It's got to pull back. But very disappointed in what happened there, man. What made you get? I didn't get out. I just sold. Look at the options. Let's look at today's options that expire tomorrow. Anyway, see, I sold this 105. I sold it for, it's already $630. If I would have bought that call for $100, it would have been $600 today. I sold it this morning. I put a order in to sell it at 105. And when I did that, it was trading at 100. It was trading at 100. So I was like, you know what? There's some resistance at 105. I don't think it gets there by tomorrow. Let me sell the 105 and I get $100, so it's like selling at 106. And then look, it's trading at 690. The premiums are just, it makes me just get greedy. So look at next week, the 120s. You could probably sell it for $1, right? Get out, and seems like free money, but no, the thing is going up 5% a day. I don't know. You look at what made me do it. Just look at the daily, right? You don't see moves like that. It hasn't traded like that. And then look, all of a sudden, boom, because they came out with I guess they pre-reported. They see Shake Shack sees year revenue at 522. Man, we got to get a little bit more detail here. Here we go. They hit hard by the dining and blah, 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 blah. The burger chain on Tuesday reported a preliminary 17.4% decline in comparable sales for the quarter, an improvement versus 31.7% and 49% drops for the third quarter and the second quarter. All right, so they've been losing money hard, just like everybody else. But historically look to open restaurants in cities, but those who don't have drive-through window, blah, 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 blah. Comparable sales at urban locations fell 31%, were off 49%. I'm trying to see what. Basically, they're doing better than estimated. Okay, I can't find a line that says that. It probably was another report. So it's just been ripping straight up. Maybe this is the shorts getting out like, because a lot of people thought this thing was going to go down because most of Shake Shack restaurants are in business districts like downtowns and stuff like that. They're not in the suburban areas like McDonald's and around the corner. They in the business district. So if everybody's not working, that the restaurants are doing really bad. The Shake Shack is that place you go to lunch, right? When you're at work, even though there's long lines, you have trouble getting back. Trouble getting back to the office. You're gonna be waiting outside, and it's great. You don't see long. If you see long lines at McDonald's, it's because they slow up in there. People don't know what they're doing. But Shake Shack is long lines because the food is good and it's expensive. I love stuff that's expensive. I don't know why. Apple, right? Look, Apple, the coffee, Starbucks, Nike, stuff that's expensive generally equals good stocks. So I'm going to hope this thing pulls back. Maybe there's going to be a sell-off, pull back to the 105, make me feel good. And then I'll probably just get out of the call. I won't give up my shares. I thought about giving up my shares and just buying them back at 105. But if it's trading at 110, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. That sucks, man. I gave up $400, but like I said, I wrote it up since 80, so I made a lot of money on it. We'll talk about NEO. Like I said, no particular order. Here, I think I got a deep in the money call on NEO. And I sold at 65. I sold this area right here. See, I did the same thing like Shake Shack. See how it broke through, and I sold this area, and you see it's pulling back. It's at 62. So this looks good. It didn't work with Shake Shack. Shake Shack blew right through. It kept on moving, and this one looks like it's coming down. So I'm going to make money on that. I like NEO. I was actually doing some investigation, some research on NEO. What their cars look like? What do they got going on? I actually like their story. I gotta admit, I looked at some of the others. I like their story. And I know it's like superly overvalued. I don't know the fundamentals like that. And they're in China with the billions of people. I don't really like China stocks, but I like the story of the EVs, right? So I'm liking what NEO's got going on. It just seems like the whole battery, they got a battery swap program. They have the potential to get 600 miles out of their car versus Tesla's 400. And if that comes to fruition, they're going to really blow up. Right. So this is a stock I think that's the closest to rivaling Tesla. And then you got Mercedes-Benz, which is Daimler Chrysler. They got this iDash. The thing is the whole, like, how Tesla got that little tablet in front of the car. Well, they got the whole dashboard is like a tablet, but it looks like a dash. The thing is awesome, but it's Mercedes-Benz. So they got a lot of things going on. And by the way, NEO, signed up a deal with NVIDIA to do their autopilot stuff And supposedly their autopilot is going to be better than Tesla's and all that. So they have the potential. And I think that's why the stock has just been running to really rival them. But to me, the whole story is just a lot of competition coming out for Tesla. Notice how NIO's up and Tesla's down today. So just kind of, you know, something to think about. And here's another stock that I bought today, Lee. Now this is getting destroyed. It's down 4.5 today. And I did their story. I don't really like the way their cars look. I was looking at some of their cars. But I bought it because of the space and I like the chart. I like the chart out of all of them. I like the way it goes up, down, and see how it's kind of coming back up. The other ones are hanging out at the high. So this one's more of a trade, right? I like what's happening here, little consolidation. I think it kind of can move higher and challenge. Let me get rid of all that and challenge that high. So I'm not necessarily concerned about this downplay today. This is like, when I trade, if y'all follow me, you know, I'm not trying to really make that. I'm not really trying to make that the money tomorrow, right? So there it is. There it is. I'm trying to just think. But I like it. I like it. Look how you got the moving average crossover and all of that. What are we going to talk about? SHAK, Lee. We talked about NIO. All right. Ford. I gave y'all this one, right? We talked about the this is one of my best trades here on the YouTube. See how it's breaking out. It's a little down today. Remember, I was talking about selling puts. Way down was 850. So look at it's changing. This is a multi-year change, right? Multi-year. Break it out. Think it goes higher. Remember, they're coming out with the EV as well. This is one of the cheaper stocks. This one could have a lot of potential behind it because nobody's talking about it, and we still think Ford, you know, but you know, the old Ford, the Ford our mom and pops know. But they're trying to make that change as well, and they're getting some action, right? So that breakout is obvious. It looks like it's holding. You pull in on the day. Let's see what's happening here. They've been up. The run was incredible here. 16% in 7 days. So there it is. There's the Ford. Its counterpart GM has a better chart. GM has a lot of things going for it. More EVs. And look at that chart, right? Multi-year breakout since 2004. They up today. Notice the others was down. 2004. Look at that. Right? So you can see what's happening there. A little double top action right here. Come in here, zoom in, right? So there it is, man. I like GM as well, but I'm in the Ford play because I think it has more room to run. You know, I think it could really run. And it's you know, it's one of those stocks that no one's really talking about. No one, you know, so that's what I like. That's what I like. But you have to decide. You could just tell that the whole space is hot. Not really. What's that Xpeng stock? Oh, it's SPEG. I can't think of the other ones. Y'all gonna have to help me out on that one. DraftKings. Let's talk about it. Y'all know I made, oh my gosh, this is probably my biggest trade of my life in here. It's up 91%. I was heavy, made thousands. Gave most of it back, or damn near all of it on this downturn. Because as it was coming down, I was buying even more. And so I'm getting killed on that even more, right? And I finally decided to get out somewhere around 45. And then I watched it go all the way down to 34. So that was a good move for getting out. But I should have reloaded right there. All right, so that's my trade. And now I've been in since somewhere around here, 48-ish. I like the sideways action. You know, I like that. And looking at the monthly, Looking at the what are we looking at? The weekly, you could see how it's ready to pop higher, right? And finally challenge that. So let me get rid of all these lines and just draw what's important, right? The consolidation area. And we're going to break out to the upside. Look at the moving averages, right? Look at them, up, up. It's going to make its move. It's up today. You look at these spikes on the candle, it's that selling pressure. But once it breaks out of this area, I think it goes straight up like Shake Shack, straight up to 64.19. Let's look at the Penn National Gaming, which is the stock where I don't know why DraftKings don't trade like them, but fire. You could just, it's just too hot for me almost. Look at the volume coming out. That's actually concerning. But you might see how it's going up and up and up, and then it's like less believers. People like me, like, oh, I just better wait, But I think it needs to pull back into those averages. But I don't know why DraftKings don't get a bid like that. But it looks like it's gonna blow, and you could see the volume, right? So you can see the volume kind of coming in, but this, it's hanging out on the stock price, exclamation is talking Bitcoin, and I can't, like I said, I tell you, come on, I can't talk Bitcoin, my man. I can't. It's too volatile for me. Remember, in the stocks that I'm trading, I'm making them Bitcoin gains just in stocks. You know what I mean? In and out. I just told you Shake Shack's up 30% in 8 days. So the rates are coming. So when it crashes, when everything crashes, we have to get to the other side. We have to start buying puts on the market, and we make the money on the downside. We don't necessarily care we're not necessarily we're just trying to make money in trading, right? We want to kind of follow the trends. And if the trend is down, we got to get on that downside and make the money going down. We're not necessarily trying to buy and hold any of this. We can't fall in love with nothing here. All right. We just got to kind of just follow the trend, man. Like here, we're looking at DraftKings. You can see there's the moving averages. The trend is up. Let's get on board. When the moving averages is kind of coming down, like, can't even draw lines like that. Well, let's get off board. Or you could buy puts and follow that trend going down. I'm actually looking at the Tesla thinking it's going to break, and I'm ready to kind of buy some puts on this thing because I really think that's way overvalued. I mean, they got the EV credits coming off. They got a lot of things going on, and they ran this up with no the competition is here in 2021. Right. So I'm not sure even if they're going to be the leaders in their space, but they got a great head start. Let's just see. So it's kind of like the Chinese or the Japanese, whatever. Who makes the cars? Honda, Toyota. They kind of watch what we do. Oh, that's how you do it, Ford, right? Okay, Ford, Chevy. Oh, it's like that. And then they do it better. Damn near with everything. So I actually think that's gonna happen, but just keep an eye on it, man. You can see it's down, right? You can see it's down. By the way, you talk about bond rates. I'm in a TBT, about 1,000. Now here, this is the ultra short 20 years. So being an ultra fund, meaning that you're kind of supposed to day trade this, right? Because it gets repriced every day. It gets repriced. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I think this is the breakout. So I'm in here, and it's been a good trade so far. You see, I got my little line. I tracked it. I'm liking what's going on with this, with the TBT. All right. So I am in that and thinking it's gonna, hopefully maybe we can get a run in this thing. I remember how the TBT exploded. My chart's not going that far back. Could I bring up FinViz? Let me see if it'll let me. How far could I go back on this one? Nah. Anyway, it was up here. You see, right, 200. It rolled up. It went all that craziness going on in the 2000 to 2008 before the crash. and then, you know, kind of came back down. But I think, oh, I don't know. But I'm in it for this whole inflation type thing. And it's been showing its hand lately, right? So you can see what's happening and look at the volume coming in. So I can't talk too much about this, but I'm just keep an eye on it. I'm in it for a little bit. And let's see what happens. It's down today. You can look at the TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury bond. It's actually up today. So when this is up, the TBT is going to be down, right? So you can see the TLT finally giving it up pretty hard. See, I got that. This could be it, right? That top. This could be it. This is the reason why also Bitcoin's going berserk. But I just choose a better instrument. And I could talk, I'll talk real quick about Bitcoin. Just one sentence or two. The volatility, I can't do it. Like when it was at 41,000, you wake up at 31,000. I can't do it. I can't do it. Stocks don't really trade like that. And I know that's for the super, super long term. But nah, I can't do it. I mean, I can't throw in, say, $1,000 and the next day I got 800. You know, and I'm just trying to get in. And then I just gotta like, don't worry about it. 20 years from now, I don't know, man. I can't trade volatile products like that. I like steadiness, and you know, I don't want to wake up. That I just think that's kind of crazy. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, that's just my opinion on that. So you know, that's crazy. I mean, bonds don't even trade like that. You know, so anyway, let me move on. All right, so anything you guys want to talk about? Yeah, Apple they supposedly hooked up with Kia Motors. And ever since then, it's been having that run. So yeah, I don't think Apple said, but Kia did. How they getting ready to have the iCar, whatever they're gonna call it, in 2024. And that's when Tesla Tesla was down like 10% that morning. Can you imagine Apple competing head to head with Tesla? You know, so where's that drop? I think that was right here, right? So it closed here. This is the daily on Tesla. It closed at 880, and then it opened at, what's the open? 849, and then wound up closing that day at 811. This was the day, I'm pretty sure, that Apple came out, or Kia Motors, and said, hey, we're going to build this car for Apple. And huge drop. And then now you can see it's just a bounce back. I think today is the last couple of days. I just think it's like, okay, that was a big drop and it's kind of coming up. And I think this right here, see how it didn't make a high and it wants to come down? This could be a good short entry right there. Get out above there. And I was thinking about that with the puts, but God damn it, Tesla puts are expensive. Let's go 37 days out. You want to buy a put on 835, that's $8,600. That's crazy. So you would definitely want to do a put spread, right? But even, you know, 835, buy that, maybe sell the 800, that's $2,000 for it. It's just, it's expensive. That's even expensive. But I've been looking at that. Why it came up, you know, it gapped down. All right. It came up, it gapped up, it was having this little run. Apple comes out, it goes down, fill this gap, which is what it kind of supposed to do. You zoom in a little bit more, right? Fill that gap. And then it bounced back, but it didn't kind of go up to the high. I mean, look at just one day of love. And then now it's starting to come back down. So let's see what happens, man. That's a lower high. And if it busts that, I mean, I think this is an excellent place for a short. But I just showed you those put prices. Like, wow. And I'll never, you know, it's, you know, the shorts, whoever went short in this stock got burnt, okay, from whenever. This So it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to step in front of this moving train. I actually thought it was going to go 1,000, then kind of give it up. But Apple coming out with that news kind of might make it go not reach its destiny, which was 1,000. So maybe we just got to see. So what day is this? This was the drop. This was the 11th, 111. Let me go to Apple. Stocks looking slow. I mean, charts looking slow. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right here. Wait a minute. That dropped too. This is the 11th. Actually, so it looks like it gapped down. Wait, 8th. Okay, that was a Monday. Yeah, because I think the news came out on Sunday. It opened at 129. It closed at 130. But it's even higher today. But look what we got here. We got a higher low. So I'm like an Apple. Remember that whole, I just got done talking about the whole trend for the last 6 months or so. It's just been trending up, unlike the other stocks going sideways. So I'm like an Apple. Quentin Dane, I can't read your name, but you asked me what did I think about Neo. And I talked about it already. I think it's hot. I think they're the true company to challenge Tesla. Notice how they up today and Tesla is not. I like it. I like how to look. It's really just getting started, right? Oh, it's really just, they said it's super overvalued on CNBC. I'm sure it is, but all of them are. And it's just getting started. I like it. I think I like the story. I like everything. I like everything about Neo. You might have some Tesla people leaving it in stock because maybe that's why Tesla is down today. But, Apple's getting into the space, and I don't know how well they're going to do. I mean, Apple sells its name. I personally don't like Apple products, but the name sells. All I got to do is say they're making a car. The car doesn't even have to be that good, but the Apple heads are going to love it. Okay, so that's just the way Apple is. Doesn't even matter. They're just gonna love it. But generally, when Apple does come out, this shit it's pretty nice and it works. Their stuff is solid. So I give it to them. Taking a time. I don't know about the partnership with Kia though. Kia, I don't know. I mean, they do. I remember Kia came out. When they first came out, it was a disposable car. It breaks down, you just leave it, get another one. We had a deal. Remember several years ago, I think it was all over the country, buy one, get one free. Remember that with Kia? Buy one, get one free. We had it right here in Louisville. I think that was across and my niece, she got one. She bought one and got one free. Sure enough. So it was the real deal. And now their stuff is kind of solid. It's kind of expensive too. It's expensive stuff. I like the looks and everything. So they kind of changed. They're not necessarily that disposable car anymore. But there it is. So I talked about GM. I talked about Ford. I talked about Walmart. I got a little list I'm kind of going over. I'll talk about Boeing real quick. They had that crash. And I was like, oh no, please don't be a MAX. And I worry about that because I worry about the next MAX crash. But remember the Airbnb trade I talked about. I think you could do the same with Boeing. Actually, I put one on. I think I sold the 205 that goes 2 years out. The 205, 150 or something like that. So basically saying, hold on, pull up the monthly. I'm basically saying, all right, you come over here, you come 2 years out, you sell at 205 and you buy the 150 for protection. I'm saying, hey, Boeing's going to be higher in this area before it reaches over here. And I've doubled my money. It was 100%, like 110% on my money or something like that. Right. I put up $2,000, I think, to do it. I'm going to get $2,000 back or 19. I can't, something like that. I'm taking my time. Hey, to make 100% in 2 years is 50% a year. you're not getting that. No, if you make that, it's, oh man, you're the man. 50% a year. Just be patient. It's actually one of the reasons why I'm not making as much videos, because I'm not trading as much. I'm actually putting more of these style trades on to kind of just, let's see what happens. I think Boeing is trade. When Boeing came out with that news, and they are trading down today or whatever. Boeing's just funny. Remember, there's only Boeing and Airbus. That's it. That's it. And the country needs Boeing. We can't be flying around in no Airbuses here in the United States. All right. Anyway, so they came out and said, oh man, we got the worst orders ever. I think it was the other day. I can't remember the exact news. We sold the least planes ever in history, and the stock went up. That was like, that's what made me think about, I need to put on a long-term trade for this. I like that action. I like that price action. Look at the downturn here, even. Let me zoom in. So I see this little downturn, and I got the gray box. You know, I always highlight those consolidation areas. See that, right? It's down. Stock's going, look at, there's no volume in there. All right. So that means nothing. Okay. That means I'm trying to draw, won't let me, right? Look at the volume. Oh shit. Come on. Come on. There it is. Okay. Just check out the volume right there. Right. See the volume on the upside. It's just drifting down. 2 years from now, I'm sure this thing is going to be, I think those are free money trades. You just got to be wait. You just got to wait and be patient for them. I'm going to do a video about how you could just make 30%, like, yeah, like 30% a year. Remember I said 50, you make like 30% a year, and you could just pull out any compound interest calculator, investment type calculator. You'd be a multimillionaire in a few years. So we have to keep that in mind about trading, right? About how much we want to make, and not necessarily be greedy on one thing, in which I've been guilty of myself. I'm greedy and been getting burnt. But I got to realize sometimes I got to remember to stick to the script. I can't be getting burnt, man. Because it'll just totally ruin, my plan, right? And the plan is working. The plan is on course, man. I'm gonna show y'all my I got my little chart gains. I gotta edit it though. And it's been kind of flat. I'm at my right now, I'm about at the most you got your little equity curve. I'm at the top, right? I got the most money ever. But I really haven't really been making any gains for the last month. It's been chop, right? So I've been trying to okay, why did it get choppy? What am I doing wrong? And so I'm just deciding to kind of go back to my, what is it? Bread and butter kind of thing, right? Because I think the easy money is over. Oh my gosh. Let's pull the cues, right? The easy money. Look at that easy money since the drop, right? So I think the easy money is kind of coming to an end. It's not going to be like this for the next year or whatever. That's the easy money. So I need to go back to the bread and butter. You can see how the stochastic is turning, by the way. Look how it's just, right? It looks like pullback is imminent. When? I don't know. But if you look at the IWM, new high. Look at the monthly on. I'm just looking at the volume. It's still wanting to go higher. Look at the monthly though. Oh, actually, maybe I meant to look at the yearly. This was a great breakout bar right here. But then look at that. It kind of looks like Shake Shack for the daily. Let's pull up Shake Shack. Look, right? It looks like, so maybe Shake Shack. Oh, look, 109. All right, come on down to 105. Come on down to 105 and you'll make me feel good. Anyway, right? Just you can see how it goes higher. If you compare Shake Shack to IWM, you can see how Shake Shack is ready to go higher, right? So anyway, that's a weird comparison. Actually, I think Shake Shack is a small cap stock. I don't know if it's in the Russell 2000. 5%. Take 5%. Bitcoin, put it away and forget about it. All right, I'll think about it, man. Think about it. I need that big. I need to do it on the day everybody ran. Another like the I actually thought about it. I'd be honest. I actually thought about it when they said, "Oh my gosh, I think it broke 30,000 below. It was 41,000. We woke up, it was like 29,000 or something." I was like, hmm, but didn't pull the trigger. I didn't do it. I need to wait on a day like that when everybody's running for the door. And that's actually when, if you really believe something is going up, that's when you're supposed to make trades, right? When everybody's going for the door, try not to do it when everybody's going through the door, trying to get in. Do it when everybody's running out. It's hard. It's hard to pull the trigger on that. Very hard. But it works most of the time. Anyway, you see even 0.5% you won't miss it. Don't trade it. All right, man. All right, so long term could be good because I missed because you lost two. What the hell did you say? I'm putting on my glasses now. You lost 200. Is that a pound sign? Meaning you like trade from you're in Europe, but just want to hold on. Yeah. And that's what, if you follow me, I'm not really into the buy it today, sell it tomorrow kind of thing. Let's buy it today and hold on for it. To me, at least a year, but for at least 60 days or so. I want to hold on for it for a while. My phone's blowing up. Let's see what the hell's going on. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I got a new subscriber. Thanks, Emil, if you're watching me. I think that's what I think that's what's up. So you buy extra on the dip and dollar cost average the runs. Yeah, that's good advice. Because if you wait for the dip, that's what's hard about trading anything. If you wait for the dip, sometimes you don't get it. You just won't get it. Look at all the people waiting for the dip in Tesla. You're getting one now, by the way. By the way, the Tesla dip is sideways. That's the dip. But here was your dip. Imagine, all right, it's like 700. I'm waiting for the dip. Well, it went up to 900, So here, the people that missed this dip, it went from 170 or so up to 400. I mean, you missed it like a triple almost. So the dollar cost averaging is a good thing if you believe in it. You got to believe in it. And just dollar cost averaging, when it gets that dip, when people are running through the door or from the door, whatever, get in. Have that money to kind of, throw some more in it than you usually do. And then kind of wait. Generally my plan to buy stocks is always on down days. But this last year, I couldn't do that. The stock market was up every single day, damn near. So it was just different. It was different. A lot of things was different. I had to change. I had to, and I was actually going to do a separate video, like how I changed. Like last year, you had to cover your ears with fundamentals because if you did, you would have lost money, which I did in the beginning of the year. And wasn't making. As soon as I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna just see what these stocks are doing and trade it, I started making money. And then when you listening to the gloom and doom, you won't, So I'm just picking up, pull up gold. I heard people that gold was going down. Gold actually looks pretty good. It's just consolidating. You can see how it double topped. It's just kind of hanging out. It's not going lower. It's hanging out. So keep an eye on that for the gold bugs. Because I've been hearing that, gold is, Bitcoin is the new gold or whatever, and people just leaving gold. I haven't pulled up gold in a long time. But no, they're not really leaving it. It's just kind of consolidating a little bit. I actually think the way this pattern looks, when it finally crosses that line, it's going to blow through hard, like a Shake Shack. So keep an eye on that if you're the gold. That's it, man. That is my video for today. I talked about everything I kind of wanted to talk about. I'm looking at my list, right? Got the talked about Walmart, Shake Shack, Lee Auto, Neo, Ford, GM, Nvidia, GoPro, Peloton, Fang. I talked about the Fang stocks. I talked about DraftKings. I talked about DraftKings. I've been in, I talked about, I was gonna pull it up, forget about it. And that's it. Anything else you guys got? I talked about Apple. I talked about Neo. Um, I'm just going back through the comments, y'all. Making sure that Miss talked about Tesla. Do you see Amazon doing a split? I can tell you what, I talk on that real. Amazon needs to do a split. I think that's a selfish company that don't. That looks, by the way, that monthly chart looks awesome right there. Clear this out. Right, that's a bull flag. If you pull up bull flag in the dictionary, this is the picture of it. That's it. That is the bull flag. And then what happens? You get the breakout like that, which is the same distance of this, right? And that brings up to 4,500 or so, 45, 5,000, whatever. That's the monthly chart. So that's not like it's going to happen tomorrow, but that's what's happening there. It's just taking a pause, just like it did here, right? See how if you come here in 2019, I remember I was trying to get long. I was trying to get real long, and I missed it. And I kind of I waited for that pullback and never got in. Look what happened. See how the price came in with both moving averages, and that's a great time to buy. It's almost happening now. Not both of them, but at least one of them is coming in there. I was saying it's selfish. We all use Amazon. All right, first of all, I know you could buy fractional shares. Okay, you could buy fractional shares almost on any platform. If you don't have one of those platforms, get one just so you can buy fractional shares. Because if you want to play around with Amazon, you're going to need $3,100 just to kind of get in the game. All right, so split. I mean, everyone uses it. We would like to be part, we like to get down. So split it up so we can afford it. I just think it's selfish when you don't do that. It costs you nothing. I mean, I think when companies want to do it, and they all learn from Warren Buffett's Berkshire. This is the Berkshire BRK, Berkshire A. All right, it's $349,000 stock. But at least Berkshire came out with the B shares, I think early 2000s. But it kind of gets people from playing around with it, the day trading it, or it's you're not going to short it, and it just kind of keeps the amateurs out. So and I think that's the reason why. I'm getting a call. I'm gonna have to tell him I'll call him back. Hold on, y'all. All right. Yeah. So I just think they need to split it. Even though I know you can buy fractional shares, so maybe it's a different game. But back before that, before everybody was doing the fractionals, yes, we couldn't play with it. All right. So anyway, damn, my phone is just like blowing up. Oh, he said it was a butt dial. All right. All right. So but look at that. I'm looking at Berkshire, by the way. Let's talk about it since it's up. It looks like it's ready to explode. We can pull up the B shares, which should look exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. See, we could play around with the 239 a share. But it looks like a great stock to own. It looks like it's ready to bust through. So there's another stock you could buy. Berkshire is filled with a lot of economy type stocks. Like I think they got a real estate company. Is it Century 21? I don't know. They got the batteries. Duracell. They got Norfolk's Burlington Railroad, I think. What's it? K? What's that food company? Gosh, what the hell is that food company? The shitty one. Kraft Heinz, Coca-Cola. Is it Allstate Insurance? Allstate Insurance, I think. So where's my chart? Kraft Heinz Company. Still not out the gutter down there. As you see, I've been watching it. It's still 2 years down here. Anyway, but yeah, they got a lot of those kind of companies, and you can see they're doing well. They almost can use Berkshire to track the economy. BRK/A to track the whole, because they like into everything. And there it is, man. It looks like it's ready to go higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. All this free money caused the market to run. Yeah, and I think it's only hanging on, waiting for the Democrats to drop that other 2,000 on us, or 1,400, or whatever is left. And then after that, if that's when I think, all right, so that's gonna happen right now. That caused us to run for a couple of months, and that's why inflation is starting to open its eye and all that stuff. But if that doesn't work and we start having these jobs, oh man, look out. So it's, ever since 2008, it's just been about the money being dumped into the market. And that's what it seems like. It just wants to drive on. And then when they took away the fruit punch, remember that we kind of went sideways a little bit. And then they started talking about the fruit punch or lowering rates. I can't remember. And then we started going up. And I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're holding on to. And by the way, I'm actually worried. I'm actually worried about inauguration. Let's look at the VIX. That's good. Are we down 4% today? I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think that's what the market's hanging on to, the inauguration. Let's see what this looks like on the 20th. And if we get through this, then I think the VIX drops to 20. I think that's what it's worried about. And that's where the sideways action, or just kind of just hanging out to see what happens. But so far, it's handled it pretty well. But see what happens. I'm actually kind of worried about it a little bit. I don't know, man. I've been seeing a lot of them news reports, what some people may do, could do, gonna do, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. I'm actually believing them, with the, I ain't even gonna talk about it, but y'all read the stories. So we'll see what happens. All right, y'all. I'm gonna end. Hey, if I got any new people in here, thanks for watching. I got a subscriber. I was actually doing the video. So I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, the bell, of course, because I do lives like this and you never know when I'm going to come on. Everyone that's in the comments, for the most part, they all always been with me since day one. Mary, Cashmatic, exclamation. I had a couple of new people that I don't snorking. No prediction, end of month and week. Neil, okay. Yeah. I think I might have missed that. But yeah, thanks for everyone for coming in, checking me out. I figured I'd do a long video, just talk about a whole bunch of stocks that I've been meaning to talk about because I haven't been making the videos, right? So, I've been working hard. My back is killing me right now. I have to actually take an ibuprofen to make this video right now because I'm like, I'm going to sit in the chair a long time. My back is hurting. I don't think I can sit that long. So let me take an ibuprofen. So, yeah, this has been kind of not in the mood. And then one day I had the video ready to go, and then all that stuff happened at the Capitol, and I kind of got stuck on the TV looking to see what was happening, and then working and coming back dead tired and blah blah blah. And I'm not trading much because I'm doing more of those put spreads. I'm telling you, they work. They work. Just be patient. Be patient. Think longer term. Right? And make the easy money. Make the money. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Airbnb. Sorry, the last stock. I hope you're still with me. because this is the stock I did that trade on, did the video. Who said they liked it? Was it somebody said they liked it? I think Rags to Riches. You're not here today. And I said, yeah, I like making those kind of videos too. But guess what? Those are the poorest videos on the channel when I actually teach you how to make the money. Where we could talk about stocks going up and down all day long, but exactly how, that's the stuff that other people charge you for. And I'm putting it out here for free. So I talked about the Airbnb. I like that. I actually bought the stock too, as well. But I brought it here. Look, right there. I said it, the 150. Look, it's already trading 170. Talk about a killer trade. But my trade, unfortunately, expires a year from now. But yeah, so even though it's going up, I'm making some money on the trade, but I'm not making all of that money. So basically, I put in $800 to make, if I remember, was it $1,200, $1,300? The options were priced beautifully. Right? Risking 800 to make 1,200 takes a year to make the money. All I needed to do is stay below 150. That's it. It could stay, so I make the money regardless, as long as it stays here or higher. You don't need it to run up. I love those kind of trades. I love it. So we just drift sideways. Low, the break even was somewhere like 142 or something like that. Anyway, I bought the stock as well. So I bought I think I bought like $1,000 that day, and I put on that trade. So I kind of dumped like 1,800 on it, and so far so good. Look at it; it's getting ready to break out. So keep an eye on Airbnb. It is a economy. Gosh, I can't think of that word. I always forget. Come back. What is it? Reopening. It's a reopening stock, right? So look at that, and I bought. That's another stock we could have talked about. I've been dollar cost averaging into Booking Holdings, BKNG. Down today. Actually, it's been down. I got in somewhere around here on this little breakout. It's been down ever since. But this is a $2,100 stock. Can't really just be buying this stock. So I've done dollar cost averaging into it. Right. So I think that stock is ready for a breakout as well. Look at everything just looks good. So, and it's a reopening kind of stock. So I wanted to pick up some more of those. So yeah, I picked up Booking and Airbnb. I did a video on the Airbnb, but I didn't talk about the Booking. I'm not even at a full share on this because it's $2,100. What is it? $2,177. So get some fractional shares. But this is another stock. Just split, man. Make it split it down to where it's like $200 a share or something. What's up with the $2,000 stock? Is everybody trying to be like, let's just split it down, man. Look what happens when you split. Look what happened to Tesla. It's already almost $1,000 again. Split down, time divided by 5, and what? That only lasted for a month or two. Now it's back up to 1,000 again. Splits has always been bullish. I don't know why. It equals nothing. It's just bullish. I don't know. It just sounds bullish. I don't know what it is. It's just bullish. I'm actually thinking more people this quarter, with earnings come out, we probably will hear some more splits because they've seen what happened to Apple. They've seen what happens to Tesla. By the way, Facebook. All right. So we know that Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. And we talked about Facebook just being in the gutter. And he passed Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, we talked about Amazon too. And so you got Jeff Bezos. He was like the richest for like forever. Now he's not. Don't you think they kind of have egos where they'd be like, hey, man, we're going to have to work on these. They're going to say the right things in the report just so the stock really pops hard just so he could be the richest person in the world again. I don't know. I think the rich people, I could see them having a little ego, and just to kind of tail it, you just don't say we're not going to spend as much. Or you just have to say little things to get your stock to pop, even though the numbers are still the same. You know what I mean? You might spend a lot, but say we're not going to spend as much, or just say something bullish, and the stock will pop, and then you're the richest man in the world again. So can you see either? So you got Facebook now, they got their own problems with the government. So I don't know if he could say certain things. So you got Mark Zuckerberg, Elon, and Jeff Bezos, you know, I think they might, I think not necessarily Mark, but Jeff Bezos, I have a feeling he's disappointed in that and wants to show Elon. And they think it's game. You know, it's like a little card. Ha, I'm the richest again. They probably call each other on the phone. Ah, you thought you had me. You only had me for a month. You know, and they joking, oh, I'll get you next month. You know what I mean? And it's just like a little game. Anyway, so I'm thinking they do play that game. And I'm thinking Amazon will say the right things just so Jeff can be the richest person in the world again. Just a thought. What do you think about that? You could either put it in the comments below if you watched this much of the video. All right, so thanks for watching, y'all. I really appreciate it. So like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, do all of that. And we will talk again maybe tomorrow. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later, man. This is Dre Trades. I'm on Instagram, Dre Trades, Twitter, Dre Trades, Stock Twitch, Dre Trades, and right here on YouTube is Dre Trades 2.